So my name is James O'Rourke and I work for the BIPC team, which is the Business and Intellectual Property Centres team for Cambridgeshire County Council.
So my name's Amber, I am a careers advisor at St Peter's Secondary School in Huntingdon.
Okay, my name's Helen, I'm an enterprise coordinator and I'm part of the Careers Hub team who are hosted by the Combined Authority, but subcontracted to form the future.
Hi, my name's Laura Kerry, I'm Vice Principal for People and Commerce at Cambridge Regional College and it's our great pleasure to be hosting the Huntingdonshire Business Forum today on behalf of the Chamber of Commerce.
So the event was incredibly enjoyable. It's always interesting hearing different perspectives from employers and from education providers regarding education and the challenges that we face for workforces. It was particularly exciting to hear from the guys from Mick George and the work that they're doing with certain sectors of the community that would be considered often left behind, whether it's NEETs, whether it's those that are coming out of HMPs and also those in SEN.
So for me, Michael from Mick George, letting everyone know the the audiences that they dip into. So for me, working in the school, SEN and NEET is obviously huge cohorts of ours. So I love that there are prospects and there are businesses that are advocating for these people and saying, actually, we have opportunities for you. And it's being more inclusive, because I think a lot of businesses like to try, but not necessarily actually are. So I think, for me, Michael.
The event today was really useful. It was great that there was a variety of people represented in the room. There was representatives from actual schools and colleges and educational establishments, as well as from business as well and commerce. So from a networking perspective, I managed to connect with quite a lot of different people, and it was always interesting to hear what their background is and whether or not they would be happy to connect with schools, maybe offer up some time in terms of volunteering, but also to hear directly about some initiatives such as the Mick George initiative to work with prisoners that are being released back into the workforce.
I thought it was a great event this afternoon, a really good mix of people that were attending. Great to hear from some of the businesses and the work that they do, particularly obviously Mick George, the work that they're doing with the prison sector and NEETs particularly. Really good discussion around work experience and the importance of that for students, working out what opportunities there are available for them and if the career path that they're on is really the right one for them. So there's some really good opportunities to engage with some employers today and build some links for the college as well. So really good event.
One of my interesting observations that I took away from today was there is always a constant need for skills, so digital skills or electricians, but it's the underlying skills beneath that it seems that businesses are still screaming out for. It's those soft skills, it's that ability to communicate, it's that ability to know what you need to do, where you need to be. They're still there and probably even more important now than ever before. So yeah, it's in terms of the biggest challenge, it's upskilling our community so that we can contribute more, that we can be a thriving economy across Cambridgeshire. But it's also making sure that those soft skills are ticked off and our employees and employers of tomorrow have those as well.
So I think for me, confidence and being aware of your abilities. Lots of people don't realise what wonderful skills they have. But then it's communication and I think perseverance, because I think a lot of people struggle to communicate, to sell themselves effectively, and when they reach their first hurdle they could have a tendency to give up. So they need that perseverance so that actually if one job says no, okay, let's go for the next one. Like, you kind of have to pick yourself up and keep going, because the job market is difficult and you know what, sometimes you will be told no, and that's not necessarily the end of the world. That could be another door opening.
When I'm interacting with students, and they usually tend to be sort of year 10, year 11 students who are about to either go on to further education or maybe into an apprenticeship. So they're quite close to hitting the labour market. They often don't understand the difference between what a skill might be and a qualification. And so I think it's important for the educators to focus a little bit more on what we mean by skills. Something simple like communication, which is taken for granted, but also creativity and even things like having a positive attitude, as well as other things like teamwork, which might be a bit more familiar to them because they're in a school environment and often have to work in teams. So it's understanding the breadth of skills that employers are looking for, and also sort of giving, sometimes their self-esteem is quite low, so building on that self-esteem, and maybe that could be raised by having more interaction with businesses, getting them out into the workplace, and so that they can start to see where they fit and start to interact with other adults outside of their own family and their school family, their teachers, etc. And if they can see where their future is and how they might fit into the world, their self-esteem is going to be raised, and maybe they start to appreciate what skills they can actually bring into that environment.
At Cambridge Regional College, we've got around about 3,500 full-time students who we're looking to develop and get work ready by the end of their studies. So that's obviously competency in their trained vocation, but what we know more broadly than that is they need a set of soft skills to enable them to be work ready at the end of their employment. So things like communication skills, oracy, can they hold a conversation, can they turn up for work on time, can they engage with others, teamwork. So what we support our students with at Cambridge Regional College is a set of sort of rounded skills to develop the softer skills that employers need. So hopefully by the time they finish with us after what could be a 2-year course, they are set up, that joined with a work experience opportunity, they're ready to hit the world of work.